a deadly coronavirus ravages China, and the Chinese regime blames the US, straining already strained US-China relations. This is America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Hey, you know that coronavirus spreading from China? Turns out we might not have much of a chance against it, at least according to the World Health Organization.
So we're sitting on the edge here. With a lot of hard work and also a lot of luck, we may be able to get ourselves out of this, but you know, the likelihood is not in our favor.
Which is funny, because the Director General of the WHO is also saying there's no need for international travel bans.
There is no reason for measures that unnecessarily interfere with international travel and trade.
So, kind of mixed messages. Look, the coronavirus is a problem, and it's putting the already, shall we say, tense US-China relationship under strain. The US declared the coronavirus a public health emergency and announced a temporary travel ban on people coming from China. China called this travel ban an overreaction. And there's a good reason they called it an overreaction. Money. The Chinese economy is hurting. See, with the outbreak, Chinese authorities have encouraged many businesses to stay closed for, as they call it, an extended Chinese New Year holiday. Yay! Extra holiday. Except it's not much of a party when the shops are closed and the streets are practically empty. And local authorities are forcing a lot of people to stay in their apartments. Staycation time, everyone! Great! Chance to rewatch all 10 seasons of Friends. Hope you have enough food. So it's no surprise that businesses in China are beginning to feel the impact from falling demand and the shutdown of huge swaths of the country. And Chinese companies that manufacture goods for export are in for a tough time. Of course, US businesses that moved their supply chains out of China already aren't nearly as affected. Now obviously with these challenges, the Chinese Communist Party knows who to blame: America. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson criticized the US for not helping and for creating chaos and spreading fear, which is a flat-out lie. The US Centers for Disease Control, CDC, offered to help. China refused the CDC's offer. So maybe the Chinese Communist Party should try to blame someone else for the coronavirus.
So I think the Chinese are scapegoating the US government. If they want to find someone at fault, they could point the finger at themselves because they sat on this information for about 7 weeks before they started doing anything. So we're a little bit behind the curve.
So the Chinese Communist Party can either point the finger at themselves or America. Tough choice there. Which may be why Chinese state-run media are doubling down on calling the US racist and blaming the US for the H1N1 swine flu outbreak back in 2009. Yes, racism is bad, but so is the coronavirus. Also, H1N1 started in Mexico, not the US, which the Chinese Communist Party should know, since according to Mexico's ambassador at the time, Chinese police rounded up and detained Mexicans in China after the H1N1 outbreak, and China suspended flights from Mexico, and essentially instituted a travel ban by denying visas to Mexican citizens, which is worse than what Chinese officials are getting mad at the US government for doing. Sure, the US has instituted a travel ban on people coming from China, and some US airlines have stopped flights from China. But no one is rounding up Chinese citizens and forcibly detaining them. No one in the US is doing that. Chinese police are the ones rounding up Chinese citizens and forcibly detaining them. So how is the coronavirus affecting the US? Currently, there are at least 12 cases of the coronavirus in the US. No one has died from it in the United States, although one US citizen has died from it in Wuhan, China, where the outbreak first began. There's some good news. The first patient in the US diagnosed with the coronavirus is recovering and has been released from the hospital. Also, several people suspected of having coronavirus in New York City have tested negative, which I'm particularly happy about since I live in New York City. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is partnering with a biolab called Regeneron Pharmaceuticals to find a treatment. If only Regeneron Pharmaceuticals didn't sound like the bad guy in a zombie movie. Another experimental drug is being tested as well. This one from the pharmaceutical company Gilead. Gilead sounds much better, unless you watch The Handmaid's Tale. But how is the U.S. economy faring with the coronavirus? Well, according to White House Chief Economic Advisor Larry Kudlow, the impact will be minimal, which, of course he says that, it's an election year. But the coronavirus is affecting Trump's Phase 1 trade deal with China. The U.S. is not going to get the boom in exports to China that it was hoping for, at least not right now. Still, as I've said, companies that have moved their supply chains out of China are better insulated, both from the economic rumbles caused by the coronavirus and anything else to come. Companies like Apple may have a harder time. Apple was upping production on the iPhone. It placed an order for 80 million new iPhones for the first half of 2020. However, key Apple suppliers are bracing for severe labor shortages due to the coronavirus outbreak, as travel restrictions in China are expected to keep tens of thousands of workers stranded in their hometowns even after the extended Lunar New Year holiday ends on February 10th. But I guess you know what you're getting into when you tie your business to an authoritarian regime. Thanks for watching. What do you think about how the coronavirus is becoming another front in the battle between the US and China? And, as you may have heard me mention before, an inside source at YouTube has said that YouTube is targeting coronavirus coverage as too controversial for advertisers. All of our episodes about the coronavirus have been demonetized, either temporarily or permanently. It's not that we're trying to profit off other people's suffering, but this is a form of censorship. It discourages YouTubers from talking about important topics. If a news show can't generate income while reporting the news, it can't survive. YouTube would have shut down America Uncovered years ago like this. But fortunately, we have the support of viewers like you. Through your contributions on the crowdfunding website Patreon, America Uncovered has survived to today. If you'd like to contribute, visit patreon.com/AmericaUncovered. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.